How's it going, kiddos? Handsome Jack Boy here, bringing you guys the 12th episode of my Borderlands Dust Waste Legendary Weapons Guide. And in this episode, I'm going to be covering the Neurokill. The Neurokill is a Torg combat rifle, and the prefix for mine is AR-420 Punishing Neurokill. The prefix for you guys might change. Now, as you can see there in the red text, it says, well, that's one way to avoid the wrap. That means that the Neurokill has a plus 100% critical hit damage bonus, and since it is a Torg combat rifle, which, by the way, Torg doesn't normally make combat rifles, which makes this weapon even more unique. But considering it is a Torg, it also deals additional overall damage, so ultimately, I believe the emphasis on this weapon is, of course, that damage, which you'll definitely be able to see in the gameplay. Which, speaking of the gameplay, let's get right into it. Now, being a pretty big fan of combat rifles, I definitely enjoy using this weapon. The damage output, of course, being its main draw for me. I mean, if you just look at the item card of the weapon, you can tell that this thing packs a punch. You don't even have to use it to know that it deals some considerable damage. You know, outside of the emphasis on the damage and, you know, the fact that it is a Torg combat rifle, it doesn't really have too much else going for it. It's a pretty simplistic, straightforward weapon, and I enjoy that about it. You know, it feels like a vanilla Borderlands 1 Legendary, because I know that quite a few Borderlands 1 Legendaries were pretty simplistic, mainly just stat modifiers and such, and that's kind of what I feel from this weapon, but again, it is a Torg combat rifle, so it does stand out from other combat rifles, which is cool. But it kind of feels like a sniper rifle, combat rifle hybrid with that critical hit damage increase. But the damage by itself, without getting critical hits, is still pretty damn good. But I'm not sure if you can get a long-range scope on this thing. I can see that being pretty beneficial. I know mine spawned with a a mediocre scope. I feel like I could have done without it and just had the iron sights, which I actually prefer iron sights when it comes to combat rifles. But since it does have a big emphasis on getting critical hits, it does kind of feel like a sniper rifle in combat rifle form. But instead of having the long-range potency that sniper rifles generally have, it still keeps with its combat rifle roots and fits better as a short to medium range weapon, which I love. So if you look at it in that regard, it does have something else going for it as far as it standing out as its own weapon. Overall, it's a beast, and while it's kind of simplistic when it comes to its effect, it does stand out on its own as being a unique combat rifle. So other than that, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'm out of here. Peace!